So visiting the hospital can be intimidating, and let me offer you some more specific tips about what you can do to make sure you honor the patient and you have an effective hospital visit. First of all, very practically, is sanitize your hands right before you go in. In fact, what I like to do, a lot of times that foam hand sanitizer is on the walls. I like to still be working that over my hands as I come into the patient's presence so they can see that I'm honoring the fact that they may be vulnerable to outside infection. And then, of course, as you're leaving, you're going to sanitize your hands again. It's important to remember to do it on your way in, because think about if you only do it on your way out, you might be communicating to that person, you're dirty, I'm trying to wash these germs off my hands, but I wasn't as concerned when I came in to make sure I was protecting you. So first tip is always sanitize your hands twice when you have a hospital visit. Another important question is, how does privacy work? What are the HIPAA laws that I need to be aware of when I'm visiting somebody in the hospital? So the question can come up, can I even know that my parishioner or somebody from my church or even a family member is in the hospital? And the answer to that, of course, is yes, you can, unless that person, so say you're going to visit Mary at the hospital, can you know that she's there? Yes, of course, unless Mary said to her care team, I don't want to be listed in the hospital registry. I don't want anybody to know that I'm here. Then what you're going to experience is when you call in and you say, can you give me the room number for Mary? They're going to say, I'm sorry, I don't have anyone here by that name, because she's asked to not be listed in that hospital registry. They're not going to be able to tell you that she's there. But most of the time, people don't mind being listed in that registry. So when you call and you say, can I have the room number for Mary? They'll say she's in 4110, and this is how you access that room. Can the church call and ask if people are there from their congregation? So if you're a part of a leadership of a congregation, or you have somebody that works in the office, can they simply call over and say, is there anybody there from our congregation? The answer to that most of the time is actually yes, especially if all those people, when they've been admitted to the hospital, have said, I'm a part of this congregation. Then that goes into their medical record, and so that registration person can pull up a list of people that are associated with that congregation. It's important to keep things private. When we visit with people, we must keep things private. So the question is, can we add Mary to the prayer list if she hasn't asked us to do so? And the answer to that is no. If she hasn't given us permission to share with other people that she's in the hospital, we need to respect her law-governed privacy to be able to say, I want to decide who knows that I'm in the hospital and who doesn't know. It's actually a violation of HIPAA law to tell other people about Mary's presence there if she hasn't given you explicit permission to do so. To unpack all of this a little bit more, in the course notes, there's 2 PDFs that can help. One is called Demystifying Healthcare, and the other is the Hospital Visitation Sheet.